Da, 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 da. Do, 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 do. Da, 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 da. Oh, I forgot to check, of course, the most important part. glib. Glib. What is different here? Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, I guess that is needed. That is needed. That is fine. So the thing is, has to be image resize and write. Why is it opening like this? Resize and write. STB. No STDEO. Okay. That's not. Okay. STBI neon. So the thing is that we want to do is to say here define STBI neon. Okay. My chair. Work. Huh? Where is it browser? Where is this browser? Oh, it's broken. It's not this page anymore there. Amazing. Why is everything very, very broken in computers? Is this a thing? Royalty-free music? Well, I mean, I can listen to anything in my mind. Okay, this is always, I wanna I feel like something is missing. I want to listen to something and then I give up immediately. Okay. Okay, so what we can do, right, is we can just say if OS, Mac OS, right? That's how it works, right? And if I hate that going back doesn't go back. But that's not working, right? Get defines. What is it? C setting. File private func get defines for CSTD for STB. C setting return empty, right? And then get defines for STD. Okay, and then we go there. And we can just do this, right? And somehow I broke it. Cannot infer contextual by base. I just want to do some stuff. Why did it break when I added some stuff in it? Cannot convert the value of C setting. Can I do this? Get C settings for STB. CSTB C settings. Okay. Okay, that should be fine. Is this somehow not what correct stuff? What? Oh, I don't have this. Okay, now everything works and I can put it down or not? Okay. Annoying. So arm SE seemed. No, seemed. Neon. Okay, so here's seemed stuff also. Seemed. Most of the routines have been optimized on Microsoft. For 32-bit x86 and ARM, you select seamed mode by defining this or this. For AVX, we after selected by detecting the Arch AVX or Arch AVX2 switches. We can also manually turn by defining this. S to B R neon. Okay. Okay, var settings is this, return settings. If macOS settings append so this is C setting. Define. Okay, but for ARM, how to detect this? Swift detect seemed support. Cross-platform seemed. This repository is dead. Well, let's see what they say. That's all cool and well. Support for C library. If defined arch64. Compilation condition in Swift are always Boolean and do not need to be checked for existence. Or ARM. What is arch64? If ARM arch what does this one do? Swift if architecture arch the conditional blah blah blah, but can I remember I saw like a source for this somewhere. Well, not for this, but for some other ones. I guess it should be in the compiler. Is it Swift Lang? No, it's different Swift. Apple. No, Swift is in the org, right? Oh, it's with just one word. Okay, so if we search here for arch, if we search for arch or arc or archetype, can we search for like this? No, we cannot. Well, unfortunate. We'll just look through 2000 matches, no worries. We just look through 2000 matches on this pager. It's fine. Like it's not a problem, right? If arch arm 64 blah blah blah. How do you get this? We need to see where this is defined then, or whatever. But this is also gonna be like 6 trillion matches. 600 maybe. Maybe we can search for this. That shouldn't be anywhere. Well, this shouldn't be in too much places, indeed. Okay, who defines this stuff? Maybe it's just a compiler who defines this stuff, but somewhere, arch bitness, something. LLVM. LLVM. Poo 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 poo. Do. Oh, I love this. Next, so if we're here, there is page. Man, this is. We only have $1 trillion. Come on, we cannot. LLVM arc list. All right. Starting with Clang, the list of targets can be printed. Okay, let's see. Well, so which one is ours? ARM 64. Okay, let's just go and check. Arch, I mean this, Arch 64, and here it's ARM 64. What is the difference? ARM 64 versus Arch 64. ARM 64. Differences between this and this, it's the same thing. Computers are great and they make sense, is what we are learning. If this is Otherwise, we're not really doing anything, right? Switch and run tests. Yes, please. And I want to also do something like print. I don't know, just print this. Alright, so then we see it. So then if we do Swift build, we should see that. Yes, okay. Warning. Interesting. And then if we do it in Git, it should also print that. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. It's fine. And we're running this test. Okay. Well, like everything so far, it was annoying and frustrating, but in the end solvable. It was not an issue yet where we were like, okay, this is not going to work out. Why are these files So if I like do this, can I do this? Well, not this. Can I just write this? Okay. Can I run this test? And it should say there is not a function. But it shows me this function. But it doesn't matter. Okay. Add. So do this, define STB on ARM. CSTB will have defined on ARM. Okay. Amend. Just amend it. Okay. That's fine. So now back to this. If we run like Docker Postgres, we'll just do Swift test quickly and see what happens. Okay, so something still works, some things work. Yes, let's change this. Why is this so broken, this program? Okay, we need to flip horizontally. how do we flip images horizontally? That shouldn't be too difficult. Let's see first if it works. Well, not Apple Music, that will not work. I meant to click here. Delete all of this. Why is it breaking? Because Postgres not running? Why is it breaking? Okay, mirror is not implemented. Mirror vertical, okay. Let's start there. So we basically do the same. So flip vertical mirroring doesn't change the dimensions. And what we want to do is we have this structure in an image. This is pixels, right? And we want all the R's to be on here and all the Y's to be on here. We don't really need to go and make new data actually. But we need to go. What is the straightforward way, right? Just go all line by line, right? So this we really go like column wise when we're rotating, which is maybe not the best. But here we can just go this line continuously and change stuff. No need to reverse. Reversed Y. Don't do that. Okay, so just like this. So we're going, and then we want to say left is current XY. Let right is so on the same line, right? So line, maybe that's smarter. Yeah. Line is self at Y. Okay, so we're going for lines. And then we just need to write so for byte. Now we don't reverse by byte level. For x in 0 to self width, reversed I'm trying to think how to do it without copying stuff. We basically need to take these 3 bytes and put it here, while whatever is in their place is there. Okay, I can't really think about how to do it, so that's annoying. New data append line. Something like this. I don't know if this is correct. It seems very strange. I feel bad for what I did. Should I feel bad? Okay, it's completed. What is a mirror? Mirror on the wall. When do we flip vertical? When up mirrored. Do we have something that's up mirrored? Have down. Okay. Oh, let's not write release. Let's not run release build. There is a bug in Swift. Oh, this is so much longer, man. So up, 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 right, right, right. So up doesn't need to change. Oh my god, look how bad it is. So this has a stripe, and now it has no stripes, or what? Ah yeah, it does have stripes. It's just here you cannot see. Okay, down mirrored here. Oh, it's me. No, it's not correct. This is not correct, man. Down mirrored. Mirror vertical. Well, actually, we wrote something else. Of course, it's not correct. Because we wrote horizontal mirroring. Yeah, we just need to swap lines. So first line becomes last line. New data append self at y. Again, this should be smarter, but whatever. 138. Okay. Okay, now it's correct, right? It's the same as before. Yes. I think we need to test on something else. So I saw this repo called EXIF orientation examples. Yes. So we're just gonna download everything and resize it. How is this reasonable? Okay. I will just take this once. New folder. So test, right? We'll put it in that folder. Test in. Okay, we'll just delete everything here. Okay, so what we want to do is just say return actually do test, right? Or maybe we can write test in a different way. As in, do a test that it's how is this picture 1200 by 800, and this is 800 by 1200. Okay. So what we're going to do is let's do that. So but all of these functions are not there. I was going to put it in the library itself. Hi, Alex. In the library itself, but we not yet have we don't yet have a we don't have anything in the library, that's the thing. Well, I guess it's time to put it there and get rid of all this EXIF garbage that we do not use mostly. Okay, so it's all in this file. Now, the moment of truth, can we copy this and paste it here? Wow, future is now. Okay. So this is not going to be. What is this low-level image stuff you're working on? Well, it is not low-level. The thing is, when people upload images to the app, they just upload it from their phone, right? And then it's like 5 megabytes. And those 5 megabytes get shown, right, in like a tiny rectangle. So I need to resize this. I don't need to, but if I do not, it takes a long time and it's not cacheable and it just doesn't work effectively. if like 3 people open it at the same time, half of the images are gone. Are not loading, they're not gone. Right, so what I'm doing, Hunter2 is my password. Please do not steal it. Like, okay, now I broke all the images. Of course, I forgot about it already. Then I was here. That's why I was here. Why not resize before sending? Why not resize before sending? That is a good question. So before sending, we do like recropping and stuff. So you can crop where your dog is. So what you upload is. That's not correct password. That's correct password. I mean, there are functions to do it with 3 lines of code without. No, of course, no. There is like NS image, UI image, whatever. Yeah, that would work. Some images, but is it but or not? I also want to kind of keep the original in case I'm gonna change something in the app, right? And I want to do different dimensions. Or there is, of course, if you here and then you click on it, right? And then you can zoom in, and then it should be good quality. So, and we can kind of resize and upload both, but then I was also working with it, and sometimes it has the same issues that I fixed, where I think core graphics or whatever doesn't support orientation from EXIF, and then sometimes you render an image and it's like crooked because you resize it with NS image or whatever. NS image? Yes, NS image is like low level one or something. But there are also images that do not come from the app necessarily. Like this is not from the app. This is just uploaded manually. And I think there's stuff like this should be larger version, but when you're here it should be a different version. And it's also fun. I think the main reason is just I like it. That is the main reason, right? So for a long time I was aware of this library, a set of libraries, and I just love it. This is amazing. STB. Stephen T. Barrett. Sean Barrett. I don't know, this is just an amazing thing. Hey, you wanna have images in your thing? Here's a file. Just input, like use this file and you have images. And they don't support this orientation thing in the library, where basically what happens, right? Or maybe you know already. So you have a bunch of pixels encoded like this, rows and columns, right? And then you turn it, you rotate it, and instead of like actually rotating pixels into like RRR, XXX, they just like put a little flag before pixel data, like rotation 6, whatever. And 6 means that it was clockwise. You need to rotate it clockwise. And then all the apps that load JPEGs, they look for basically this. like here. This one is not oriented, right? And this one like oriented, whatever. No, it's not that it's lazy, it's that they're like, we're not gonna implement that. This is not for this. And when you decode a JPEG, you just get all the pixels. When you write it back, they don't write EXIF data. They basically ignore EXIF data. So you have to like detect it and rotate it manually. But it's like, for the purposes of what the lib is, it makes sense. But they also say, hey, just use something else then if you need that. But also you can just rotate the image yourself, right? Like the problem, well, problem in quotes, right, is not to rotate the image. Where is it? Rotate is, an image is literally like 5 lines. Where is it? I don't know, somewhere. Like here, I rotated, like I mirrored the image, right? You just put all the pixels different spot. But the problem is to read this bullshit, because this is just like, all of this is just reading that one parameter. And it's in Swift, right? Well, in C it's probably, you can do it smarter or whatever. But it's like EXIF or is like anything goes, extensible format forever possible to add, and blah blah blah. So, and effectively it's like a JPEG container that can have like a file format, and in that file format there is another container for TIFF image, because they took metadata from TIFF images. They're like, oh, we're just gonna do metadata how TIFF does it. And then there is a TIFF file inside of a header of this file, and in that TIFF file there is a header. Yeah, so they were like, we're just gonna decode pixels for you. If you want something else, use something else. We just have a file that you can include. If you want to include like 400 C files, use that library. I looked at like proper ways to do it. So there is this thing called EXIF tool. I think it's here somewhere. So this is just about reading these values, right? I don't even know. I think this is for tests. Where is the code? I don't think there is a code. What? I don't think, maybe it's not open source or what? Pod, PM, image. What is PM? Perl something? Perl module? It's just a million things. Well, of course they support EXIF in other files and whatever. Is it Perl? Well, I have to start this then, because I need to learn Perl at some point. And you just include one file. What perfect. I love that. But now what we're doing, I already forgot. Yeah, we're taking these images, right? And we're going to tests. Yeah, go to tests. Okay. How do I make? So is now Is it now gonna complain about, oh my god, you have JPEG files? This is extremely, oh my god, you have JPEG files. I'm annoyed a little bit at Apple. Exclude this. Okay, I will exclude it. How can I exclude it? Why do I manually have to exclude it? Why do I have to exclude it? I do not know that information, but it's very important that I do it, because otherwise we're gonna be compiling JPEG files, and that is impossible to understand unless I say it. Okay, it's called, and this is relative to what? Is it gonna work or not? No. Of course not. Oh, it's relative to the where the target is, okay. Why would you want to have this? At least they don't complain about like, oh my god, you have dot file, ds store or whatever, or config or whatever. Okay, so then in the file itself, so we need to know directory file path, right? How do we? Current file is this. Current directory is URL file path. I think I need foundation for this. URL file URL with path file path is directory. No, not. Okay, I put quotes for you. Not directory. Is this how it works or what? Is it? Oh. Oh, interesting. Current file, remove, drop last, deleting last path component. Deleting. I don't like these names because deleting implies that it's current file and we're deleting its last component, and then current file will not have it and we'll just save current file here. I don't know. Current directory equal current file. Let's see if this works. What? How does this work? Returns URL constructed by removing the last path component. How is this? Oh, I printed it, of course. I didn't expect it. I meant to expect it. Like, some of the Swift is so nice and some of the Swift is so stupid. Convention is deleting is for creating new, and command like delete. Yeah, no, that makes sense. But it's just, I cannot, this doesn't work in my head. It's not that it's broken or whatever. So current directory, and then let test data directory is current directory appending component test data is directory. And then we can file manager default enumerate at path. I love like half of this, right? Look, half of this is URLs, half of this is strings. What is going on? And this returns URLs, of course. What for in doesn't conform for in loop enumerator unwrap bomb. Guard let. Okay, so test data directory output directory. Also, this whole like private not private thing again. Like part of Apple is like we allow you to do everything. If you want, integer is just a struct or whatever. And part of Apple is like you can never ever 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 read a variable of our struct. What is that about? Okay, so we need to go to like package Swift/temp. How do we do that? We can count, right? Just do count. Drop, remove. Like some is called remove, some is called delete. So how much do we need to go out? So we're now in STB test, now we're in test, now we're in here, and now we're in temp. Okay, let's print test output directory. How is your week going, Alex and everyone else? Cannot test data directory, test input directory. Oh, also you click play. Would be nice if it like did the last thing you did. Well, I expected, of course. Okay. So guard let. Yeah. Well, planning is one. What is file? Okay, so now this enumeration is from, of course, file manager. Returns a directory enumerator. Okay, now we have to read about whatever cast is, or whatever. Causes the receiver to skip recursion. Okay, okay. No, you're right. Um, I don't remember anymore how to do this. Okay, then we have to debug this. Oh, it's just a string? What? Oh man. JPEGs are. Compact map is what did you expect it from it? Something that's worth doing all of this. Something that would make this worthwhile. Um, uh, a string where map ends, no, filter ends with .jpg. Cannot convert value of type string blah 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 to closure result type. What? Returns an array. Okay, I'm getting a call, I have to Okay. What is the problem here? Cannot convert value of type optional string to closure result type element of result. What is this even? It's annoying, eh? This works? No. Has suffix. What is it all called? GPG. Okay. Treating a forced downcast to string as optional will never produce nil. That's what I want, man. Oh, maybe I can just do this? Oh, now it builds. That's amazing. What was wrong? No one knows. What was wrong? No one knows. Here's all the JPEGs. Okay. Test input directory, appending component, not directory. Okay. For JPEG in JPEGs. Data contents of JPEG. Image is, so now we have to make an image. How do we make an image? I do not know. Do we make like a new target? How would that work? Yeah, well, you know what? Let's just make basics depend on CSTB. I think that's the easiest. And then we can just make this. Okay. Image test we delete this, and we delete this. This is not needed. This is not needed. You done? You done, Leafy? Oh, look at you. You found everything. How did you make this happen? You big search. You're a big searcher. How did you make this happen? How did you make this happen? You big searcher. Okay. Okay, and the files that we have deleted, we actually need some stuff from it. Okay. And now the stuff that was here, Okay, so what we want is we want init Do we want this? Invalid redeclaration of the synthesized init. I don't even know why am I doing this. Try image load data. Okay. Okay, something like this I want. Maybe. Do I want this? I don't know. Okay, 0.5. All right. So what do we want to do? I don't know. So current scale is resize spec dimensions, height. Let new is how to okay, let new is switch on spec dimensions dimensions with anything really. Yes, I am going to do STB resize. Spec case scale let factor dimensions of self width times factor self height times factor. I don't really like it. It's not really what I want. What is wrong? Cannot infer you know what? Width, height. Public modifier is redundant. Sure. Immutable height was never used. Yes. Yes, so the C interop is easy to set up, kinda. If library is easy, but it's so like callback and with unsafe pointer with space. Wow, it's like super annoying. Oh, I forgot, of course, to do this. But did it build? No. Resized is not implemented. That is absolutely what it is. Hey, it's time to rebuild everything from scratch. Amazing. I'll show you the resize part. Image resize. So image is unsafe bytes, and then bytes, and then here's the resize, and then oh, this is actually not bad. Well, which one was bad? Oh, writing an image was tricky. No such module neocore. Okay, that makes sense. Because why do we need neocore? Why do we need neocore? Why do we need neocore? Because we do byte buffer something, but we only like do one thing. This. Oh, I found a way to do it without neocore, but that's in here. So there is not a byte buffer here. Oh no. Here. This is how we do it. This is always big endian. Let raw int okay. So this is bytes. If endianness is big, oh, we don't even need this. If it's big endian, then we do this. If it's little endian, we do the same. How does this work? I forgot completely. Can we just do data then? Okay. And then the same but little endian. And then we just put it in here. And we figure out the rest. Okay, see what happens. Okay, something worked, whatever. And then we wanna say okay, and then we return try image resize self this and this. So now the question is orienting the image up. Technically we should do it here in loading it, but then huge images are huge. Image orient. And then result is resized JPEG, something like this, right? JPEG quality. Okay. And then it throws failure. Image to JPEG quality. Guard. Fatal error. Invalid conversion from throwing. How do I... Yeah, so we need to look into how we can change that. Okay, so we have a JPEG and we're gonna write it to test output directory. Okay, so this is also resizing. Okay. Oh, Xcode loading files. Amazing. Code error. Image detect orientation, unknown orientation 0. What? How it can be 0? Um... How is that 0? Boom, 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 boom. Okay, we're just gonna do whatever, raw value. Yeah, I don't like this. Okay. So it's all correct? It's all correct. Okay, cool. And if we do not orient up, okay, perfect. Can we run the test? Will it? Of course, Docker is broken, because why wouldn't it be broken? Can we just delete this? Can we delete this? Can we delete this? How much can we delete? Delete this? No. Delete this? No. Delete this? No. Okay. Okay, I have an idea that this person is some kind of like chain of supply attack Chinese government team. Because this is like such a vibe of, oh, we're gonna make like a JPEG parser in Swift and PNG parser and this Unix time, whatever it is. And there is no account, there is not a name, there is nothing. And it's all very like, look at this, like everything, your docs, and that's very nice. But it's so suspicious to me. And then there is like a website that doesn't open. Oh, AWS. Like the most like popular thing that you would do, right? Very like cool and MDiana89. I don't know. It's like all very cool looking and am I being crazy or not? It's like all but also like super like it feels like obfuscated. Like what is the point of this, right? Being a separate file. Just so that you can hide something somewhere. What is Swift grammar? Why would this be here? I don't know. It looks very suspicious. But we can look at like this. Here's some ideas to get you started. Who is like, oh no, that's like GitHub template, huh? What is this? Instagram? And bam, suddenly this, all of this. Or maybe it was already existing, I don't know. Yeah, Docker, fix Docker thing. Actually, this is not needed. Oh, actually, it is needed. Okay. Okay, we're not gonna just look at it at all anymore. This is kind of works. Let's close this. Okay. Okay. Perfection. And now here we can get rid of all that garbage. And we don't need this anymore. And we don't need this anymore. Something like decode file. Okay, so starting from here, we can just delete everything. Okay, build. Image load. No, not image load. STB image load from data. Okay. Decoded, resized, width 400, 300. And then resized, reoriented dot JPEG 100. Okay. What is original? Oh, this should be all public, right? Always forget that. How do I read this? Nihil Yadav says hi. Hi, Nihil. All this should be public. And now this should build. No return, please. Okay. Forgot to do this. Oh, it built. Amazing. So now can delete this stuff. So on desktop in here it's empty. If we run it, let's see. Okay. That's quite fast. Let's see how long it takes. Server, build, release, docs to go server. Where is the executable? Here. How long does it take? Single threaded 5 seconds for 100 images. 100 images or no? How many? No. 42. 40 images, 5 seconds. What is it, 6? No. 40 images, 5 seconds. 125 milliseconds per image, but of course, like, they are sorted by size, so the first ones take longer. It's not bad, but also writing it all out, I guess that's something. Everything good? Yeah. Okay. So this makes sense. This makes sense. Okay, so for now we have some kind of resizing going, and the next step would be to resize it normally, not just to this hard-coded width and height, and then instead of like reading it from the database and writing it here, we would have some kind of a queue where for each file that we have in the database, we would make a couple of different resolutions and monitor the files periodically, something like this, has some kind of a... And when a query, when the app requests it, we can see, hey, do we have a thumbnail? We'll give you a thumbnail. Hey, do you want an original? Here's an original. But that's for later. For now, time to eat. And I'll be back later. Super nice that you have joined. And I see you later. Doei!